According to Canadian studio Cloudhead Games, Pistol Whip is an unstoppable action rhythm FPS. Journey through a cinematic bullet hell powered by a breakneck soundtrack to become the ultimate action hero legend. Is this the truth? Hell yeah! This is the ultimate John Wick simulator. Imagine if Beat Saber and Super Hot VR had a baby. You'll name it Pistol Whip. I've tried the game on the Oculus Quest and let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. Most reviews out there are super positive, only the price seems to be a problem and we'll talk about that in a bit. Be careful however with your body, this game is pretty intense. I injured my inner thigh slightly by playing this game with my muscle cold and being a bit too much in the game. The game is not a workout as Beat Saber or even better Thrill of the Fight, but you have to do some pretty rough moves sometimes to avoid bullets when you see them at the last second. So please do some stretching before playing and move your body to get your muscle ready to play this. Pistol Whip is in fact a fast-paced rail shooter on EDM music. If you have already watched some gameplay, you'll see that everyone are pretty badass at this game. That's because a very forgiving auto-aim feature is on by default. You can deactivate it for more challenge if you want, but the game is already challenging enough for most. At the rhythm of the music, you advance through levels where you have to eliminate bad guys. Some have armors and need multiple shots. You can only do it with your pistol and some punches sometime. There is an option for dual pistol, but it will cost you a penalty on your score. With future updates, I hope Cloudhead Games will be able to add some weapon and even feature like slow motions. We should be able to activate some crazy Matrix slow motion once in a while in this game. Where I'm a bit disappointed about the gameplay is the rhythm part. I didn't feel as my gunplay was really connected to the music. I thought before playing that the music will adjust on the quality of my play, but it's not the case, and that's a bit disappointing. In Pistol Whip, you get more points if you follow the beat, but it's not really clear at first how to do that in the game really. Nevertheless, it's a great musical action-packed rail shooter, but I wouldn't call it a rhythm game. The graphics on the quest are good because Cloudhead Games put a lot of effort on the style of this game. That's the trick when the processing power is limited. It's the same recipe as Super Hot VR, but on steroids. Now let's talk about the dead bodies in the closet. The game is sold for $25 US and contains only 10 levels. You heard me right, only 10 levels or 10 songs. You can also activate many modifiers to the gameplay which will add replay value, but all in all, it's 10 levels. Cloudhead Games is promising future free update to add more levels and justify the price based on that. Personally, I think this game should have been sold for around $15 in its present state, and maybe add reasonably priced DLC in the future. But money is subjective. Many will play each of these songs for multiple hours trying to beat their high score on the highest difficulty. If you put 20 hours on this game, I think $25 is fair. If you just want to beat each level on normal difficulty and be done with it, then it might not be the game for you. There is certainly better deal on the store right now like the zombie rail shooter Drop Dead, which has more content and multiplayer also at about half the price. But other games are also worse on the price than Pistol Whip, at least on the Quest where sales are non-existent for now. The best example will be Beat Saber as a base game without the mods. Talking about mods, we will see if we will be able to play custom songs in the future, but it will be more complex to do than on Beat Saber. In Pistol Whip, each song has a distinctive level and not only a different rhythm pattern, so levels that are already in the game will need to be modified to fit other songs, and maybe Cloudhead Games could release a level editor. We will see that in the future, but I hope we will be able to play more levels or more songs in the future. I don't really have a big problem with the price of this game, but I do with the fact that it has only 10 levels. This is a game that everybody were waiting for, especially on the Quest, and the game doesn't feel complete. It's like going to a really good restaurant and getting a kid's portion. The food is really good, no doubt, but you are still hungry after playing. We are beginning to see full-fledged game on PC VR, but the Quest also needs games that feel complete. Considering that you might not like all of them, Pistol Whip actually need to have at least 20 songs to feel like a complete package for me. All in all, I think you should try Pistol Whip for sure. It's a great game, a really fun game. And if it's not your cup of tea, or you find the game content too shallow, you can ask for a refund. But my guess is most people will keep this game. If you're new here, please think about subscribing and see you next time into #Dad. Ciao!